time for some week 6 predictions. We are going to start with the Jags versus the Seahawks in the 1 p.m. time slot. Desperate Seahawks team right now, and they need to get a win. Ruben, you guys are on a bye, but I'm going to start with you. How you feeling about this one? Who are you picking to win, and what's your score?
You know, I really do. I really do need the Seahawks to lose this week. I'm gonna be keeping a close eye, on this one. The only question is that I do have is what the final score is going to be. To be honest, I do think that Travis Hunter is gonna have his breakout game offensively. I think he had a lot of big plays this past weekend, and it's going to be contagious for him. I do think also that Trevor Lawrence might have his best game of his season. Just at the end, seeing how emotional that he was running it in, seeing, Liam Cohen, the way he's been speaking after these wins the last couple of weeks, I feel like Trevor Lawrence might get it going. I have Jacksonville winning this one. Let's go 27. Let's go to 17.
27-17, says Ruben. Michael, what say you? Who wins this one, Seahawks or Jags?
Well, I know Liam in the comments is like dying to hear me talk, so here you go, Liam. This one's for you. I think both offenses are going to take off this Sunday. I really like the Seahawks offense, but the Jaguars are really clicking on all cylinders on defense and on offense. I see a close game in the high 30s, but like Trevor Lawrence's nose, I'm going to pick the Jaguars.
Wow, here we go. Everybody believing in the Jags. Derek, you have every Jags fan at your neck right now. This is the time to pick against them. But is that really what you feel? Who are you picking to win this one, Jags or Seahawks?
As with every fiber of my being, please, Seahawks, put an end to this Jacksonville nightmare that has been put before me. Okay? Wow. I'm sick and tired of this man right here below me having this sense of, oh my gosh, we're right there with the Colts. I'm tired of it. I want to have a one game lead over you guys. But I don't think it's going to be this week. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, even with the one extra day that they're going to have to work on getting this stuff done, I think right now Jacksonville's defense will pose some problems for Seattle's offense. And I don't believe that Seattle will be able to hold Jacksonville defensively either. So I'm going to pick Jacksonville. As much as I hate to say it, I'm going to pick them 27-23 there.
Ooh, all three of the foes picking the Jacksonville Jaguars. And you don't get to play Danny Dimes this week, but you do get to play a Dimes brother, Dalton, and it's Sammy Dimes. Tell me who wins this one.
Yeah, man, the Jaguars are coming into this one just on such an emotional high. There's so much confidence going into this one. And, we're catching the Seahawks where they're coming off of a really tough loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week. Really the only good game in the 1 o'clock window, as I was, able to watch some Red Zone last weekend, but wasn't super entertained by a lot of the games. But it's a tough game for the Seahawks. I mean, you're talking about them coming all the way over from Seattle. I mean, Northwest Pacific down to Florida. It's going to be a tough, trip over there for them. I do have the Jaguars winning. The Jaguars, for whatever reason, like Big Jags fans said when he called in earlier, the Jaguars just kind of destroyed Sam Darnold in Everbank. And it happened last year. The Minnesota Vikings came in, I think they had one or two losses last year when they came into the Jacksonville later in the season, and the Jaguars were getting turnovers like crazy against them. So I'm going to have the Jaguars winning. I'm going to say this one is 31-21.
31-21 Jags. All right. All four panelists picking the Jags. Absolutely love it. Is it going to be the same for the Colts, though? They play the Cardinals, who just got beat by the Titans. Michael, are the Cardinals just this bad and are the Colts going to mollywop them? What do you have in this score, or do you think that the Cardinals can pull this one out?
Oh, Derek. I got to say, things are just lining up very nice for you. You're welcome, by the way, that the Cardinals are going to be your next opponent. I got to tell you right now, despite it all, even through their best efforts in 3 quarters, that 4th quarter was ass, bro. And we went from ass to class. So shout out to my boys for taking care of business. So, Ruben, I got to let you know this, by the way, as well. You're on the bye week, so I want you to remember me saying this. The Colts are going to decimate, not just beat, decimate the Arizona Cardinals. Their losing waves will continue. Give me the Colts 44-10.
Jesus. All right.
The brotherhood on the AFC South Roundtable is crazy. You guys just keep picking each other to win. Ruben, do you agree with this? Do you think that the Cardinals get decimated?
The Cardinals are going to win this game. They're going to bring down the Danny Dimes hype. Jonathan Gannon, not only is he going to stop punching his players, but he is going to punch the Indianapolis Colts right in the mouth on Sunday. Now, and honestly, the Colts are going to win this game. They are the better football team. I really
had us going there for a minute.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. You have me there, dude. Jeez.
I really do wonder how the Cardinals are going to respond, after Jonathan Gannon, that whole situation. But the Colts right now, they're one of the best offenses in the NFL. They're going to win this game. I'm not going to go like Michael, but I'm going to go 28-10.
All right, Dalton, who are you picking in this one? Are you going to give some love back to Derek for picking your Jags, or are you going to switch up on him and pick the Cardinals?
No, yeah, Derek's a good kid, right? Love the spirit, love his enthusiasm. I just love everything about him, and I don't want to do anything to make Derek upset. Okay, I'd rather make him upset after the Colts actually lose a game. But I'm looking at the Colts schedule. What's going on here? Why did they not play any hard opponents? No hard, whatever. It is what it is. The schedule makers blessed the Colts in a big way this year. They're going to beat the Arizona Cardinals the next week. There'll be more super chats about how the Colts just aren't beating any good teams. But I will say, don't sleep on the Cardinals. I think they're hungry. I think they're going to come in angry. I know Jonathan Gannon is angry. Maybe he can give some of that attitude out toward the team, and they can take over. But I can't.
He already got fined for that, so
that the Cardinals can beat them. Yeah, so I'll say the Colts win this one. I'm going to say 24-22. I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
Ooh, close one. Close. Derek, does everybody forget that you guys beat the Broncos, who just beat the undefeated Eagles? Am I tripping? Did that game not happen? Was that not on the schedule?
Still wants to say that Broncos win is not impressive. I don't have any idea why, but it is what it is.
So what happens in this one, man? Colts get it done again? What's the score prediction?
I would love to be as enthusiastic as Michael to say that we win another game by 34 points. I would love for that to happen. I don't know if I'll quite go that far, but the overall prediction number is going to be different based on what happens with Kyler Murray this week. He did exit the game against the Titans with a foot injury, and Gannon already said he has a foot injury and we'll see how the week goes. So I'm not sure what that means. If I had to bet on it, I would say that Kyler Murray plays in this game. Even if he does, I don't think that it's really going to matter much. I do believe that the Indianapolis Colts will once again score over 30 points in this one because the Colts offense has been rolling, and especially against bad teams such as this one. So I will go with a final score of 31-17 Colts.
Ooh, they keep things rolling. Absolutely love it. Well, speaking of keeping things rolling, the Titans got their first win last week against those same Cardinals, and now they play a Raiders team that just got smacked by the Colts in a bad way. Can the Titans get back-to-back wins? Dalton, I'm going to start with you, brother. Who wins this one, Titans or the Raiders, in the 4 p.m. time slot? It is in Las Vegas, by the way.
Yeah, this one is honestly a pretty tough one to pick here. Obviously, the Raiders just got their doors blown off by the Colts, and as we know, the Colts beat them. They're probably not a very good team, right? That's what's going on. They're 1-4 on the season. So I'm going to say, you know what? I'll give the Titans a W here. I don't really like what the Raiders are doing. I don't like where they're going. It sounds like a lot of people aren't buying into what Pete Carroll is kind of selling over there. 4 straight losses for him, and just not really being all that competitive. So I'll say the Titans win this one in an ugly one, 16-14.
All right. Gosh, we haven't had a single person pick against a division opponent yet. Are you going to be the first, Ruben? Who wins this one, Titans or Raiders?
No, the Titans will get back-to-back wins. One team has hope right now, that is Tennessee. The other team doesn't, and that is the Raiders. I do think it's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be an ugly game, a boring one. Let's go 13-10, Tennessee Titans.
I like it. Derek, you were the one person to pick the Titans last week to get their first win of the season. Do they get their second win against the Raiders?
Well, the Raiders, it's going to be interesting to see if Brock Bowers or Michael Mayer play this week. I think that could make an impact for them. But one thing's for sure, the Raiders, they're having quarterback controversy right now. The Titans, they're not having quarterback controversy. And I feel like that could definitely play a factor going into this. Geno has been getting sacked like no other. So is Cam Ward, obviously. But, Geno, especially recently, it's been way worse. And, Geno has been throwing a lot of interceptions. And like I said, the Tennessee Titans, they find a way to capitalize off your mistakes. I do think that the Titans will win back-to-back, and I say 17-14.
Ooh. Michael, are you going to make it a clean sweep? Do the Titans get it done?
Another game on the road, heading out to Vegas. One of my favorite movies of all time is Casino. And I'm reminded of that one scene where Joe Pesci's out in the cornfield with all the other gangsters, and they're hugging and handshaking. And then all of a sudden he gets the shit beat out of him by a baseball bat. So realistically, my whole takeaway is this is going to be one of those dogfight games. The defense is playing at an unbelievable level, especially the last couple of weeks. They're really starting to piece things together. Jeffrey Simmons is playing out of his mind. If they can get Devondre Sweat back on the line to help him, I think that's a massive help as well. Cedric Gray's been playing some really good ball. So shout out to the defense. Got to give them credit and got to give them a little bit of love as well. Cam Ward put together probably one of his best games, even though it wasn't obviously the best start. But they're getting to the point where they're putting these together and they're starting to make things work. So it's going to be a dogfight, but I am there to eat at that buffet, and I'm going to eat the shit out of it. So give me the Tennessee Titans 24-21.
Wow, you're never going to fire Callahan at this pace. So that's interesting.
I didn't say nothing about that now. Don't be putting words.
Just saying, you keep on winning. There wasn't a single person on the panel to pick against any of the teams in the AFC South. Can we get 2 weeks in a row?
I'll do. I'm going to give a prediction. Okay, I'm going to give another prediction. Okay.
All right.
Aziz Al-Shaair gets arrested this weekend for assault. Okay. He's going to assault somebody with his bionic arm, and something bad's going to happen. That's my prediction, okay?
That's
so
so
going
out
against
of
the panel.
That's so wild.
All right. That's interesting to say
You're
the least.
already
But,
hated by Houston people, man. Don't make it
That's
worse.
why we can't have an event here in Houston, dog.
Yeah.
Man,
Unfortunately.
We can't have an
Hey,
event.
we tried to put it out on
You
Twitter.
don't
People say they're
travel.
going to come after me, so I don't know if I can do it.
Did UCF predict the future?
Yeah, we'll see.
Man, if
Wouldn't
that
be
happens,
wild?
I'm going to
Wouldn't that be
say,
wild?
Dude, if
yeah, that'd be crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I'm rooting for. No, I'm joking.